Morning everyone. My name is Shivrajas. Today I am going to present my seminar on implementation of virtual machines in operating system. A virtual machine (RVM) is a software-based computer that works like a real computer. It allows multiple operating systems to run on a single physical machine. Each VM has its own CPU, RAM, storage, and network resources, and is managed by a hypervisor. Needs for virtual machines. Virtual machines improve hardware utilization and allow multiple operating systems to run together. They are widely used for software testing, server consolidation, security through isolation, and disaster recovery. Virtual machine concept in OS. The operating system uses virtualization to divide hardware resources among multiple virtual machines. Each virtual machine contains a guest operating systems, applications, and virtual hardware. The host operating system or hypervisor manage all virtual machines independently. Virtual machines architecture like this architecture shows the layer of a virtual machines. Applications run on guest operating system. The guest OS runs inside the virtual machine. The hypervisor manages to the VM and connects it to the host operating system, which communicate with the physical hardware. Virtual Machine Monitor (VMM). The Virtual Machine Monitor, also called the hypervisor, creates and manages virtual machines. Its main responsibility are CPU scheduling, memory allocation, device management, resource sharing, and isolation between virtual machines. Implementation of virtual machine. These are steps. The implementation process starts by installing a hypervisor. Then we create a virtual machine, then allocate CPU and RAM, create a virtual disk, and install the guest operating system and configure the network, and finally install the all required applications. This is the flowchart of virtual machine. This flowchart shows the complete implementation process. It starts with installing the hypervisor, creating the virtual machine, allocating CPU and memory, and creating the virtual disk, installing the guest operating system, configure devices, running applications, and then the completing the process. Resource management in virtual machine. Resource management includes CPU virtualization for processor sharing, memory virtualization for memory allocation and isolation, storage virtualization using virtual hard disks, and network virtualization using the virtual switches and network adapters. Advantages. The virtual machines provide many advantages. They improve hardware utilization, reduce cost, support multiple operating systems on one computer, make backup and recovery easier, improve security through isolation, enable fast deployment, and provide high availability for applications. Disadvantages. Virtual machines also have some disadvantages. They may have performance overhead compared to physical machines, require more RAM and CPU resources. If the host failures, All VMs are affected, and hypervisors may have security risk. Licensing can increase cost, and managing many virtual machines can be complex. Applications in VM. Virtual machines are widely used in cloud computing, data centers, software testing, cyber securities, educations, and server consolidation, research laboratories, and web. They provide flexibility and efficient use of hardware resources. Let's take a real life example of college computer lab. One computer with the 32 GB RAM and Intel Core i7 processor runs runs three virtual machines. The first virtual machine uses Windows 11 for programming. The second uses Ubuntu Linux for operating systems lab, and the third uses Kali Linux for cybersecurity labs. This allows students to use different operating systems without restarting the computer, reduce hardware cost, and each virtual machine works independently. Physical machine versus virtual machines. This table compares a physical machines and virtual machine. A physical machine runs only one operating system, while a virtual machine can run multiple operating systems. Physical machines are used with dedicated hardware, whereas virtual machines shares hardware resources. Virtual machines are more cost effective, flexible, portable, and support easy snapshot for backup. Feature scope like the cloud virtualization, AI-based resource management, edge computing, hybrid clouds, green computing, container integration like Docker and Kubernetes. These are the feature scopes. Finally, conclusion. A virtual machine is a software-based computer that allows multiple operating systems to run on a single physical machine. And VMM, virtual machine monitor or hypervisor, efficiently manage CPU, memory, storage, and other hardware resources for each virtual machine. Virtual machine implements reduce hardware cost, simplifies software testing, improves system reliability, and support disaster